What's up everyone, I'm here for video 3 in our Nexus Kim video series for the winning agenda. I'm Wilfy Horig, and we will jump into the action immediately. Our opponent's playing a Gagarin Deep Space deck, or Gagarin Deep Space deck, I believe it has been revealed to me is the correct pronunciation. We will say good luck to our opponent, and then this hand, I'm not so sure about it, just because one, it has Daily Cost as the only other economy card other than Liberated, and these two don't really work together because you still need to take credits and they're both kind of slow, and we don't have any card draw. And I've Had Worse especially might be important in this matchup, just because if we draw excess copies, we can always save them against the Scorched threat, which I'm not certain if Gagarin decks always play, but you usually have to watch out for it regardless. So I'll start with I've Had Worse just so we can get some economy set up. These Underworld contacts not exactly what we want, so I think I will play Data Sucker, run HQ. Just so we can maybe get our Edward Kim ability firing, or our opponent to spend money to res, etc. Caduceus, that's okay, we will say fires. Yeah, they can gain 3. I don't really want to spend our 2 credits. And they can end the run. And then I will put, I think then I will just gain a credit and discard an Underworld contact. So we could run R&D, but I really, I want the potential to be able to play Liberated account or something like that soon. I'm not sure what server 1 is. It could be, at this point, any number of things. Maybe public support? No, public support would get rezzed immediately, so I'm not sure. Maybe it's a 4, who knows. So I think we'll start by drawing, seeing if we can find anything rabbit hole. It is kind of useful, but I really want economy right now, so draw again. Wild side is kind of the opposite, but I think I'm just going to play wild side and gain a credit and discard a... I don't really want to discard these pieces, so let's just discard a Parasite, since I don't expect to be running for a fair while. We could discard this Mimic, but you know, with this Caduceus here, I don't really see that as being especially good. Excuse me. Okay, so it was a Capital Investors. That makes sense. Cool, so we can just gain... We don't really have the credits to fight this public support, so let's just gain 2 credits and play this Daily Casts, and then discard a Mimic. I'm not sure if what we're gonna do about the public support, whether it's reasonable to just gain 2 credits and trash it next turn, rather than setting up our board. But it's going to take our whole turn. Yeah, I don't think that's very good. I think we just... But letting our opponent have a public support when it's not defended by any ice is pretty bad. They haven't had to spend any resources into it, and it's paying out. But we don't have any drip economy, since these... In order to get these Underworld contacts going, we need lots of things to happen still. Actually, no, I'm going to try and... I am going to trash the public support, just because if we can keep the game going for a little bit, we can hopefully start getting this drip economy happening, in which case, the problem is that I really don't want to discard any of my cards, but I think we're just going to discard the David. In which case, what was I saying? Yeah, if we keep the game going for a while, then hopefully our sort of engine can take over. Okay, our opponent advanced a card in server 2, server 4 rather. Who knows what it could be. I think I am just going to fight it though, since it could be Atlas, which would be really bad, and I don't know, there's not that many ice that our opponent could... Alright, no, like, I could just not, in case it's a trap, but whatever. Oh, you can't pay the cost to access this card. Right, of course. Duh. Yep, sweet. Ooh, yeah, your ID definitely isn't blank. It suddenly got me to do this for basically no reason. That's okay. Yep, over Advanced Atlas. Sweet. Okay, so thankfully we've drawn a Liberated account, so we can career fair into Liberated account and then use it. Yeah, that was a bit silly of me. I highly don't recommend doing that if you're going to play against Gagarin. That's okay. Our opponent has a Project Atlas scored, and with a counter which is quite scary, I will have to admit. Okay, so our opponent's trying to set up a remote, probably reasonable. I think we will just use Liberated account once and play Daily Casts and Pancakes and Chronotype. No, I don't. I do call it Pancakes sometimes, but I prefer to call it Chronotype. I think it's clearer what you mean. I've seen so many people on the internet be like, what does Pancakes mean? I mean, I know that with Chronotype you still need to know what like the card is called, but still. Yeah, the reason I am doing this is because I assume my opponent is likely going to have to try and score out of this remote, so I want to be in the best position when they do that, basically. Which means having as much money as possible and as many resources, functionally. So I think if I just use Liberate account once, I can install all my rabbit holes and then play both these Underworld contacts. I could have used the Career Fair to play one, but I think rather than saving 2 credits, I'd rather have an extra card in my hand against Faust. Okay, so now it's happening. It's all happening. So I think I'm going to... I have to contest that. So the options are 1, use this, 2, Deja Vu for David, 3, play David, 4, run. Yep, and then... Oh, I have David in hand. Even better. So 1, don't mind me. 1, use this. Oh, I could play Nexus actually. No, then my opponent's too far ahead of me on credits. So 2, play David. I'm gonna 3, run. I could 3, draw, 4, run. That might be better. Yeah, let's 3, draw, 4, run, I think. Like, the thing is with all this link, I'm not super worried about like some way to give me a tag. Yep, let's trash 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. Continue. Just hope it's something I can break. Tollbooth. Yep. We can perfectly David through that. We will die to a Seesaw Scorch, but our opponent doesn't have any credits, so it's not a huge deal. At most, they'll go up to 1 credit, and then 1 credit. Yeah, I'm fairly sure they can't do it, given our link situation. Yeah, like we can... It might have been better to not draw a card so we can fight this Capital Investors, but I didn't really expect our opponent to res 12 credits worth of ice and not be able to keep us out, so I thought the extra card in hand for Faust was better. Yeah, this Career Fair would be good right about now, but it's not a huge deal. So let's, I think, start by... Given that now we can just run HQ for free, let's run HQ. If our opponent wants to boost, they can. Tollbooth, okay. Let's run R&D. Like, I'm not... Of course, I know they could have, like, Swordsman or something, but since they're spending their influence on Tollbooths, no, that's fine. I'll just jack out. I don't really want to pay 3 cards to get an access on R&D. And then let's run server 1 first, just in case it's something they need to pay credits for desperately. And now, opponent has 3 credits. We have I've had worse. Let's just run HQ again since they can't. We're snare proof. I'd like to get some data sucker counters so I can start parasiting some things. That would be nice. We could run archives, but I don't know, it doesn't seem too likely that our opponent... I'm okay just waiting and seeing what our opponent does first. I'm okay to let them have Jackson for another turn, rather. I don't really want to run into Cyberdecks in archives. That's a possibility, since I really want to keep my data cycle counters to start parasiting these things down. This spiderweb on R&D especially. Cool, so we have 6 credits. So let's... server 1 could be... I don't really want to check it. It seems extremely unlikely that it's an agenda, but I guess that's what happened last game, and like, I won't spoil it if you are one of the people who watch them out of order. If you are, shout out. But yeah, I guess I've said too much already. That's okay. Let's just play Liberated and click it 3 times. I think so. If our opponent wants to score what has put an agenda there, I find that fairly unlikely compared to this. Even though I can get in here, like, it still possibly enables a Scorch kill since I have an Atlas already. Yep, and discard another Liberated, I think. Yeah, I don't want to discard this iPad versus just because I haven't like seen anything to suggest Scorch, but we still haven't seen that many cards from our opponent. But I guess it is fairly unlikely since the configuration doesn't really look like it. Like, I'm not sure. Cool, so we can play the Security Nexus. How many parasites? 3 are in the bin already, so let's use this, play the Security Nexus. And I still don't want to run server 4, so let's just run R&D. Let's play the meat. No, then we could get snared, and that's 1. I guess if we get snared, we still have iPad versus. So yeah, let's play medium, and then run R&D. And then, since our link is 5, as long as we don't, have our credit total go below our opponent's credit total, they can't ever keep us out. And like, that's only really relevant if we run on the last click like we did just then. Ash, no, you can keep Ash. Since we have an excessive amount of link. Oh, okay, it's just the launch campaign, which is really not an issue for us right now since it takes up this server, which is the only server I can see from my opponent that I'm actually worried about. So I think now I will... Yeah, let's just run our... The thing is that if I run R&D and then I want to data sucker the... Yeah, let's deja vu back to parasites. Then put the parasite on the spider web. Now let's run R&D. And then we can security nexus this if necessary. Like, I know our opponent can keep us out, but as I said, since it's not our last action, it doesn't really matter. Corporate war, what's this? Oh, this thing, yep, steel. I guess it's an NAPD replacement if you need all your, oh cool, steel. And let's, I'm not super worried about dying to Scorched, so let's run again. I don't know, if I get tagged it would probably be pretty embarrassing, and I can't really see any other easy way to lose the game, so I'm just going to wait. Even though it might be a little cowardly to do so. It seems like one way we can lose is if, say, we hit a snare and then our iPad voices get missed. Like, I know that's not super likely since, as I said, my opponent has Tollbooth and Ash already, but given that we're in this position, I can't really see much they can have that would keep us out. Yep, cool, so let's run R&D. Archer. Oh, do you want to use Atlas first? I know that like when you res it, basically as soon as you click it, it forfeits an agenda. I think I'm not sure if I've ever actually played Archer on Jinteki.net. It's fine, just do it. Yep, so if you're top tip, if you want to search, yep, Scorched Earth, very important. Alright, I will use Security Nexus and then keep it at 0, then continue. So this restricts our running to once per turn, which is not a huge deal. Yep, we will lose 3 and then David through it. Hunter, Ash, keep it, Scorched Earth. Oh my god. For all of you, anyone paying attention, this will be the first time in the whole video series that I've used Edward Kim's ability to actually trust something. And I am going to run archives. I know that, like, you know, Jackson can happen, or Cyberdex can happen or whatever, but at this point I'm not super worried. So let's just, I see my opponent will purge now, so I wanna, I can't really get rid of this Archer just yet. Let's go into R&D again actually, so let's decrease to 2 and then break for 4. Yeah, I think this is the best thing to do, just because we get to see 2 more cards, and next turn we can basically do the same thing with Security Nexus, so, and now we can draw a card to get around afterwards to get around Scorched. Hunter, yep, these are the 2 cards I've seen already. Jackson, no, keep it, and Atlas, score. Alright, perfect. So there was a bit of a misstep here with Faust, but it turned out okay anyway. So because I was able to get these, the whole Nexus engine set up in a reasonably quick time. So thank you for watching, and I will see you guys very soon. Goodbye.